Look at our Claw Boy punching him down. Can our Cryptid handle the Dragonhead Elite? Good morning, good evening, and of course, good afternoon. Today, we're going to be diving into one of the new characters in Brotato. That's right, it is time for the Tree Dwelling Cryptid, a new and powerful character that is a whole heck of a lot of fun. This character is based all around not killing trees, so go ahead and channel your inner wood elf, your inner gnome, or other forest dwelling creature as we go ahead and dive through Brotato, maximizing the value of our trees and keeping the air quality nice and pure along the way. Early on, looking for either melee damage, harvesting, or crit. Do get a little bit of harvesting there as well. Somewhat tempted by the weird ghost, but I do want to get these claws online as fast as I can. And we'll be talking some more about this new weapon as we proceed, but I think it ties nicely with this character's mechanics. Now, the Humble Cryptid is a character based all around trees, specifically not killing your trees and leaving them alive. Notably, we get 3 HP regen per live tree, plus 10 materials at the end of a wave for every tree that is present when the wave concludes, which means usually this character gets a nice little econ boost nice and early. Do like that harvesting. We'll take the attack speed at that rarity, and looking around here, don't mind a touch more harvesting. So do want to go ahead and get these claws live. Getting kind of hosed on rerolls here, but that do be how it be sometimes. I don't really think bags are that good on that character, and we are able to finish out our claws here. In addition, this character has a pretty unique mechanic as it relates to dodge. First, this character has a 70% dodge cap compared to 60% for most potatoes, other than the ghost, of course, which has 90. However, whenever they dodge, they get plus 3% attack speed for the rest of the wave, meaning dodge definitely has some synergy here, and we're going to be trying to get that dodge online in order to work well with these claws. So a nice sort of powerful package here. Lots of trees, getting regen from those trees, getting materials from those trees, plus a kind of cool attack speed bonus. Count me in. We'll go ahead and take that luck, as well as glasses. Notably, this cryptid does start with more trees. So if we go to secondary here, we see a 5 by the tree, meaning this character starts essentially with 5 of the tree items. Now, this character does have some disadvantages, notably negative 100 lifesteal. Basically, the game is saying, don't even try to make that work. You are going to scale with HP regen, and you are going to like it. They also, unfortunately, have 50% less materials that drop from enemies, which is a pretty substantial penalty. And lastly, negative 100 range, which is not a huge disadvantage early on, but can be a little bit later in the game, as we're going to go ahead and try to take out these looters. Early on, the negative range, I think, is there to give you a good hint that, hey, you're not supposed to be killing your trees, and make it a little easier to maneuver around, although we do want to get that up a little bit later on. I'm looking for something a little bit better here. I will take crit. I really do like that melee damage, as that is a little bit lower than I'd like. We'll go ahead and buy all of these items here in this order, again, getting that crit online, as well as a little bit of dodge. But the Cryptid is a really powerful character simply because they have their HP regen and kind of healing attribute built into the character, so you don't really have to worry about that. Plus, I'd say they get a little bit of an improved economy compared to a normal potato. There is some pretty significant RNG in how many trees can in fact spawn, so it's a little boom or bust. You know, I've had, especially in some early waves, you know, a delta of like 60 or 70 materials, just depending on the number of trees. But I think we're off to a solid start here. Claws online, and the claws are a really fun weapon. Really enjoying these, and I think there's a lot of potential to how you can build these in Brotato. We'll go ahead and take crit chance at that rarity. Don't really need any of these. We'll take the Lost Duck. Don't really need any of these. Do like the leather vest, giving us some dodge and armor, as well as that claw. Now, here's your, as well as my SAT word for the day, and that word is, in fact, cryptid. I looked it up. It is a real word. So what is a cryptid? One would naturally ask. Well, a cryptid is a creature that is purported to exist, but we don't have any firm evidence of. So think something like the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the Yeti, or something like that. So our cryptid naturally is one of these creatures as they duck, dip, dodge, and dive in between trees. So our little forest dwelling cryptid is hidden. Nobody on this alien planet knows if they are real or not. And that, my friends, is the story of the cryptid as we build our own Loch Ness Monster, except we're using claws. Getting a lot of good spawns here, and doing our best to not take those trees out. Don't mind that attack speed here. Lots of good things. At this rarity, our HP regen will be sufficient, so we'll take that armor. Do love the mastery. Don't need the rest Cute Monkey's not great with the material reduction. Do like the weird ghost on this character. Also like the baby gecko. I do try to get this character up to like -50 range relatively quickly. The -100 range is definitely a severe penalty early on. So I do like to get that to -50 or so with us getting that range penalty removed by the end of the game, simply because, well, the range penalty doesn't really punish us on normal waves. It does make killing elites, and notably the bosses, significantly more difficult, because -100 range means you have to essentially stand right on the boss, not all your weapons hit, etc., etc. So I do want to get that up by the end of the game, but we will worry about that then. As you can see, once the trees get online, you know, our HP regen tends to spike up really early. Did accidentally KO a tree there. Fortunately, we were rewarded with the crate, but that's kind of the play pattern for this character, is we kind of want to duck around, occupy a narrow part of the map, and let our trees survive, giving us money as well as HP regen. But I do feel pretty solid about the start. As we wrap up wave 7, no issues abound. Energy bracelet is essentially just crit, so we'll take that. We'll go ahead and take this range, getting us at a much more palatable -10. Plus items aren't really valuable on this character due to the material reduction. In addition, we don't get any value from lifesteal, so we will pass on the mouse. We do have enough range where I'm happy with the Cyclops Worm. For this character, the Bean Teacher, I think is worth potentially taking, simply because, you know, we're never going to get that lifesteal online, so might as well get the old Bean Teacher, get a couple levels, help us power up just a little bit quicker. But the claws are an exciting new weapon that have been added in the most recent patch. Is a tree spawn right next to me, and we instantly punch that tree down. We must be a strong potato if we can instantly KO that tree with a punch. But the claws are interesting weapons because they both scale off melee damage, but they also actually scale off attack speed. Since we can use this character to get that dodge mechanic going and get a ton of attack speed from the dodge, I do think there is some synergy there. Pardon me. In addition, the scaling factor goes up quite significantly as we do go through and upgrade those claws. So I do think there's a lot of value. And I think this is a fun way to play this character. I won't sit here and say it's absolutely the best every time, but it does have really strong late game potential once we are able to get our humble cryptid up and running. As you can see, lots of trees spawning, meaning we really are restricted on where we want to move on the map. No fuel tank for us. Do a reroll here, and I do really like that dodge. If we get that online, already at 38. Do like the Bean Teacher, like the claw as well. Don't really need any of these, and really do like this claw here. We will get as many crates in this character due to the fact we're not killing trees, and I don't like spicy sauces because I don't want to blow up the trees by mistake. But off to a solid, I'd say, start as we are zooming around here, wave 9. One quick thing about these claws that is super nice is claws are actually a weapon that have 2 tags. We see unarmed and precise being the tags they have. That's really a powerful mechanic in Brotato, getting double tags from weapons. Precise gives us a nice 15% crit, and crit is actually pretty darn good on claws. It scales quite well. In addition, we get 15% dodge from that unarmed tag, helping us get Cryptid's mechanic online nice and early. So a nice kind of 1-2 combination. Weapons that have that double tag, like Cactus Club, for example, giving us primitive and heavy, but there's a ton of other weapons I think are actually really good. You know, because it allows us to double dip into that weapon tag mechanic, and it just gives you off a really, helps you get to a strong start. And unarmed as well as precise are some of the better tags in the game, so they get both of those in one weapon. It's just nice, especially since the dodge works so well with this character's mechanics. But do want to keep getting these claws upgraded. They are a little low in tier for my liking, but we will get it upgraded, and we will go ahead and punch our way through the rest of the game. But feeling good here on wave 9. Percent damage, speed, and crit are all pretty darn good here. With only 7% damage, we'll go ahead and take that and grab these claws. Now, one quick thing to note is how these claws work. We see here, normal 50% melee, 20% speed. Here at blue, 25, 65. And notably at purple here, tier 3, 80 and 30. And that goes all the way up to a 1-to-1 melee scaling at the top at legendary, or tier 4. So very good weapons to upgrade. Do like that tentacle, and we'll go ahead and buy that warrior's helmet, do one more reroll. A little early for the handcuffs for me. The other key thing about claws is the crit modifier goes up. You see here, they have a 2.25 crit modifier. They have a 2 at white. That goes up to 2.5 at purple, and all the way up to a 3 times crit modifier at legendary, meaning that there's definitely some advantages in going with crit heavy build with these claws. They're very powerful crit weapons. So I am going to prioritize crit just a little bit more than I would ordinarily. So really happy to pick up that tentacle, which is one of the best items, even though we do have a ton of healing from the trees. A little more, never hurt anybody. So go ahead and keep polishing off our dodge here, already at 38. Do want to get that up nice and high as fast as we can, take advantage of that mechanic as our Cryptid ducks and dives around the trees. So does our Cryptid ever or even really exist? I do not know. Nobody actually knows. No one's been able to take a picture. Sort of like that blurry Bigfoot picture from like the 70s, that little Sasquatch video of him walking around, or like that blurry Nessie Loch Ness Monster picture with like the lake, right? Like nobody's really sure if they exist or not. So does our Cryptid exist? I don't know. This means this is a perfect character to play if you want to have an existential crisis. And who doesn't love a good existential crisis when playing video games? I know I do. Anyway, early on, we'll take a quick look at these here. I do like the armor. Melee damage and percent damage are both decent here. We'll get that melee damage up online. Actually, really do like stone skin as an item. I am finding that quite good, especially considering we have a warrior's helmet here, which we'll pick up immediately, and really do like that claw. Feeling good here other than the -5 speeds we head into the elite, which will make this butcher probably a little bit challenging. However, I do think we'll be able to take them out. All right, you see us absolutely raking our claws here. Nice and good damage considering a medium start. So you can see us really just taking that elite out. About a 13-second elite kill. Definitely not too bad. And you see I just made the mistake, which is so hard for me to break, and I'm sure if you've played this game a lot too, you run the same problem, which is sometimes muscle memory just takes over and you kill the tree, right? I have hundreds of hours in Brotatoes killing trees when I see them, and sometimes I slip up like I did there and just punch that tree down. This character is all about being anti-deforestation. I just punched down a tree. How could I? My Cryptid is ashamed of me. So don't make mistakes like me. That said, you will probably accidentally punch down trees like I do occasionally here, but we'll do our best to remember and not punch these trees down. But wrapping up here, wave 11, super good elite kill, meaning we're probably on the right track for a good kill here. Nice run, even if we are a little slow, which seems to be our big kind of thing we want to work through here. You know, Sif's Relic for free, sure, we'll take it. Kind of limited use on this character, but we will pick it up, and I will actually take some speed there, which we could really use. Power Fists, again, are weapons that really benefit getting all the way to max level, notably with that 1-to-1 melee scaling and 35% speed scaling, but also that 3x crit modifier, which is quite good. On this character, you definitely do not want to take Lumberjack. Anything that will make this character kill trees earlier is not an item we do want to take. Now, on top of that, I do think this character is meant to be played as melee. Playing with range on this character, it's just so difficult to not kill your trees, unless you're playing with auto-aim the entire time. But what fun is that? That would be its own kind of level of frustration. So melee is definitely the way to go on this character. There are a couple different items. Again, I think the claw fists, I keep calling them claw fists. I think the claws are very good, especially at the end if you can get the build together. I think sticks are a very strong start as well. Again, I wanted to mix it up. We did sticks for the fishermen, but sticks are very good. Plus, hey, they're thematically appropriate. What is a stick but a small tree? I also think thief daggers can be pretty good to get things off to like a fast econ start. I definitely think thief daggers work well, but claws are very good. Just stay away from range weapons. Also want to stay from anything that's engineering, like turrets or landmines, because they will just blow up your trees, and then you're gonna be unhappy and you're gonna be a sad Cryptid. Didn't really get the harvesting going as early as I would like, so really do like that dodge. Finn, less value from that because lifesteal isn't really something we want. Do really like that mastery. I'm not doing the strange book thing. We'll toss 2 more rerolls here. Not really seeing a whole lot, so we'll head here in the wave 13, but feeling pretty good about things. Attack speed is a little lower than I would like. Community support is an absolutely nuts item with these fists, so we do want to get that online if we are able to see one. In the meantime, we'll keep getting that dodge up at a solid 44. But we do want to get that a little higher so we can confidently dodge. If you are able to get the fist online with a good amount of dodge, what's nice about this character is once the trees are rolling, you can be a little bit more aggressive about intentionally dodging to drive your damage up. Because when you have a ton of trees on the map, you just HP regen is so high. So definitely a lot of defense ability on this character. But you can see our claws zooming around here. Wave 13, feeling good. So you see I intentionally took some damage here, and you can see how quickly our health is going to regen, just from the absolute insanity of how much regen you can get on this character when all the trees spawn. So that definitely is a powerful part of this kit, no doubts about it. We can see here just punching down a tree by accident, but with a couple seconds left, you can see a whopping 33 HP regen, and it's not uncommon for that to be over 50. So you can definitely get that up nice and high. Both percent damage and speed are quite good. We'll take the percent damage, and again, leather vest we'll take with that stone skin. Not as quite as a penalty, much of a penalty there. Really do like the claw. Again, get these two legendary ASAP. Rip and tear is not what we want to do on this character, unfortunately. The explosions just will nuke your trees. We are on wave 14, another elite. Look at our claw boy punching him down. Feeling nice and good. Nobody can touch our Cryptid. Nice solid elite kill there, showing we do have a nice build kind of put together. We can still be overwhelmed here by the junker, so I want to be a little bit cautious with how things are going when it comes to that. This character does struggle a little bit on waves 14 through 15 with those junkers being a little bit hard to sort of track down without taking our trees out. But through adversity, we shall prosper. Our little Cryptid is becoming nice and strong. We're starting to be the legend of the local townsfolk. Everybody wants to know what's going on. What is that weird thing hanging out in the trees? Is it real? Is it not? I do not know, and they will not know because nobody will ever find our Cryptid because we are hiding betwixt all the trees. So we're feeling good about that. But you can see, Fist hitting pretty darn hard here. Really powerful hits. Good attack speed, solid armor, solid dodge. I mean, we're really putting this together, and this is kind of a good example playthrough of where this character can find some success. No heavy bullets for us, nor strange book. Attack speed is a little low, so we'll focus on that. Do like the dangerous bunny. Pass on those. Do like the claw. Our percent damage can always go up, so like the bait there. With the bait, don't know if I want to roll into the peacock. Somewhat tempted by the handcuffs. We'll wait a little bit for that and do, in fact, like to wait for a little bit more melee damage. So I want to just be a little careful here. We'll take these those lampreys out from the bait without really any issue there. You can see nice solid kill. Didn't get hit once by the lampreys. You can't catch me. You can't even find me because I'm a Cryptid and you cannot find me. And that feels nice and good. So doing a solid job taking these enemies out. At a decent 25 melee damage, 55 attack speed. That is, solid. Putting this together, not too bad. That said, we are taking enemies out so quickly. We are almost unable to dodge the non-projectiles, which is a good problem to have. Again, the projectiles do just so much damage. I try to get hit by the enemies, not the projectiles, but you can pick and choose only sometimes. Other thing to keep in mind is if you have a tough elite fight or just a tough wave, it's okay in a time of emergency to like bust open all the trees and take a bunch of healing from them. Obviously not what you want to do, but if you do get into a hairy situation, things get a little bit difficult. Don't be afraid to punch your trees down. All things are good here. With 11 armor, I'm tempted to take the max HP, but with that stone skin, I'll take that there. This is a really inefficient upgrade, so we'll pass. We'll take the lure again. Lure is one of my new favorite items. And again, this is a good time to kind of talk about lifesteal versus HP regen. I think most people who play a lot of Brotato and think they know what they're doing, like me, would say that lifesteal is better than HP regen, and I do believe that to be the case. Lifesteal is just a little bit of a better healing method in Brotato. However, they've made a couple of changes in the most recent patch with some itemization that I think has made HP regen just a lot better of an item than it has been in the past, and I actually really do like it a lot more now. They've had a couple important items, notably lure as well as fairy. They're just good items that really pull you into HP regen and make me want to go quicker and go more into HP regen. So I'm finding myself using HP regen a lot more. In addition, they added the clover, which is a really powerful item that I like taking, and the clover gives you negative lifesteal, meaning another push for regen. Part of the reason lifesteal was so darn good in this game is because of items like Ritual, right? Which just gave you percent damage, almost no penalty, and lifesteal, all things that you wanted. So you're going for rituals, you tend to, find yourself pulled in that direction. So I do like that they've added some items that do a better job of pulling me into HP regen. I just think that's a good change for the game. A little late for the crown, although we're kind of on the edge. And here it is, the fairy, a really powerful new item. 1 HP regen for every different tier 1 item you have. So you can see at this point in the game, give us a whopping 13 HP regen. I'm going to pass on the ritual there, which is just a whole heck of a lot, truthfully. So that is just a whole lot of HP regen. We're going to be at like 50. If we get ourselves a regen potion, we're going to be nigh invincible. So feeling pretty good about this. Want to get our dodge a little bit higher. Do want to try to hit that 70% cap. And then also at this point in the game, I do want to get my range a little bit higher, just so we'll be in a good spot to take these bosses out without actually having to sit on them, because the bosses hit super, super hard. And if we can, we do not want to be like right on top of them, because even with good HP regen, the bosses can burst us down. Bosses hit significantly harder than pretty much any other enemy in Brotato. So Do want to get that range up just to play a little bit safer here, but you can see our lovely Cryptid is terrorizing the town, folks, or simply remaining a point of curiosity as we demolish our way through wave 7 here. And you can see it is reflected on the character sheet as we increase our attack speed, the dodges. So you can see the dodge in real time. You can see us up to 61 there from that most recent dodge. So just kind of a cool mechanic. Aren't able to take that last looter out. Sure, I'll take another lure. We are going to a wave 18 elite, so we'll pass on the bait. Don't need any of these. No mouse. I will make this upgrade, and we will take that tree. We'll kind of pause here. No incendiary turret for us. So, can our Cryptid handle the Dragon Head Elite? Only time shall tell, but I do think we have a pretty good chance here. This new elite is just really, I think, one of the more challenging ones, as it does charge you pretty significantly. It's also very challenging for melee characters, just because I do find melee characters kind of struggle to like keep consistent DPS on that elite. That said, ain't no issue at all. There we go. That was a nice, clean, solid smashing of that elite, as our Cryptid is really rocking and rolling here. And we've gotten so many lures that we should have potentially picked up a bag or two, but we ain't worried about it. We are the anti-deforestation. Our Cryptid cares about nature and says, do not kill my trees. I am here to protect them and hide amongst them. Do not mess with my trees. That is what our Cryptid is saying. That is their ethos in life. Start feeling pretty good about this. One quick thing to note mechanically about this character is the way harvesting works. The text reads +10 harvesting at the end of the wave. However, it is not calculated in your total harvesting, meaning if you get 100 materials from 10 trees, you don't get that 5% harvesting bonus. You only get the harvesting bonus from the ones, the harvesting you have naturally. Spider, I don't really want to lose dodge. With 12% damage and 6% attack speed, I think is worth it. No duct tape, no chameleon, and we will take that speed. And really do like that claw. Again, look at this. These claws, man, they're hitting hard. Really good crit modifier. We are in a good spot. Do like that mastery as well. A little late for the tree and weird ghost. You could almost make an argument that it would be worth grabbing a pocket factory for the last wave, just to punch down all those trees. We don't have enough engineering to think that, for me to think that is really worth it here. So I think we're going to be in a really good spot just to dumpster these bosses, kind of just showing how a default Cryptid run could or should go. You know, we didn't quite get the dodge like completely off the chain, but you yourself community support, give yourself 70% dodge, and you really have a lot of regen to trigger that dodge, get yourself you know, back to health super quickly here, because again, even if we don't dodge, you know, we're getting a number of dodges this time, but even when we take some damage, we just have so much HP regen from the trees, we're able to get back to full health and obviously get that attack speed up, making our claws hit harder. I think it's a fun way to play this character. Again, I'd say sticks are probably the easiest. I also like the thief dagger, and definitely want to stay away from ranged and engineering, because those will destroy everything willy-nilly. But I think we've done a good job of being able to really put this together, and I think we'll be able to take the bosses out without too much trouble. Like to get that range positive, but if we're unable to do so, I'm not super worried about it. But here we go, wave 19. Not too shabby. I'm happy with that. Looking for dodge, but I'm not gonna not take that percent damage. So do like these leather vests. Also like the handcuffs there for a whole heck of a lot of damage there at the end. Or the handcuffs, yeah, getting us that 8 melee damage. No claw for us. What did we miss out on? Could have used that claw. Oh well, really good, solid claws here, hitting nice and hard. As we'll see, can we take out these bosses? Wave 20. So you can see we really have to be on top of this elite for our weapons to all hit, but we will make do. Again, we have good HP regen even without the trees. So you can see solid kill there, and we'll go ahead and take the second one out, and we really ain't worried about it. Killed our 2 trees there at the end. Our Crypt is unhappy, but they got to be somewhat happy. There's nice solid victory there. So quick recap of the run. You can see took a couple of ranged items early to get us to negative, you know, 40-30 range with the going berserker there, so did a good job there. Other than that, focused on crit synergies with things like tentacle, as well as some efficient items like bait. Definitely leaned into the HP regen with stuff like lure and fairy, and got our crit chance up quite a bit to take advantage of the claws better crit modifier. Other than that, it was just a combination of crit and dodge. Get some good scaling off these claws, as well as a solid chunk of melee damage, a little bit of percent damage. Other than that, super clean run, super happy with that, and hope you enjoyed the Cryptid as much as I do. I really think they're a powerful potato. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you hadn't hit that sub button, do me a solid, punch that subscribe, or whatever us YouTubers say, or something like that. Anyway, been a ton of fun. Hope you enjoyed this, and take care.